Hey everyone, it's Brian on Oahu with your weekly vacation rental update. For this past week, only 5 new listings on the market. This is island wide. So this is a big reflection of what the market's right now is that very low inventory. There's still a lot of demand. And yeah, it's very tight. And starting with this studio island colony, priced at 368. It's been on the market for 7 days. Based on the condition, I think they price it a little high, and you're going to hear me saying that probably a few times in this video. Is that it seems like listing agents are pricing high right now, trying to push the valuations for their clients just because due to the lack of inventory. Next unit we have is a one bedroom at Regency at Beach Walk, 620. Historically, units in this building for one bedrooms have been selling in the mid to upper fives, sometimes lower. This is a nice unit. It's nicely furnished, in my opinion. It's got a little peekaboo ocean view overlooking the park as well. But again, it seems like this is priced. I'll be curious to see if they've got to reduce the price in order to get an offer here. Next, we're looking at a one bedroom at the Luana Waikiki. Now, one bedrooms don't come on the market very often at Luana Waikiki, but this week two one bedrooms are on the market. This one's priced at $755. I'm a big fan of this building. I really like the layouts of the units. Most of the units are very well maintained. This one has a little peekaboo ocean view. You can see from there. They might get this price. We'll see what happens. And the next unit is priced at $789. This is a little higher floor, has a better ocean view, as you'll see in just a moment. There you go. But another well-maintained unit. Except just note that here fees are quite high, $18.58, but it does include electricity, cable TV, and internet. And then moving on to Ilikai Marina, 850. I'm a big fan of this building. I love the views, unobstructed ocean marina views. They say this unit's in excellent condition. I don't agree. It needs to be refreshed. So it's priced a little high again, in my opinion. There was a unit just went into escrow last month at 720. It was on a lower floor. I think it was on the 10th floor. Had been on the market a long time in original condition, need to be completely remodeled. But there have been some units in Ilikai that have sold in the mid to upper eights, but really those got to be in really newly upgraded condition. So I'll be surprised if they get to 850, but again, based on tight inventory, it might happen. Now we're into units in escrow. This is one at the Palms, priced at $298. It's a studio. I did show this to a client, and if you're interested in seeing a video tour, I'll include that in the description of this video. A lot of these units in this building have a very hotel feel to it, but I really like the feel of this unit. I thought it was nicely done. Didn't have the best views, just city views. There are a couple other units on the market right now that have better views, but they're priced in the 300,000s for studios. Next is in see what's going on Ilikai. So this one was priced very well, 580. It needs to be completely remodeled. So Malka in Hawaii means mountain. So when you hear me say Malka, that's what I'm talking about. But this is a city Malka views. Needs to be completely remodeled. But I had a client who so this unit's on the 19th floor. I had a client buy on the 19th floor just this past, I think we closed in September, and they paid $575 in a multiple offer situation. But you're going to see in a moment that a unit that's sold at Ilikai with city views, I think at this price point, these people got a great, if they got it at 580, most likely it was probably a multiple offer situation. I'm guessing that the buyer is going to be paying above this price. Another unit that went in the escrow. So that's the only unit that's gone in escrow in the last 7 days. So moving on to sold, this is Hawaiian Monarch, 260, so just below list price, 1 day on the market. So this building, this and the next building I'll show you are considered entry-level vacation rental buildings on Oahu. For the price points, this building's It's older. The units are usually pretty dated, not very well maintained, and that's kind of reason why they sell at the price points. And plus, like this, look at the monthly dues are really low, 366. Um, and this also applies to this next building, Kuhio Village. 19 days on the market, sold 20 grand below list price. Again, this is not the most well-maintained building, and a lot of the units are pretty dated. Some units have been really nicely remodeled, but talking to property managers, you usually get to see you just don't get the best rents in some of these buildings. But I mean, they can cash flow well, but again, it's not appealing to a lot of visitors. Okay, here's a studio, Island Colony. Originally listed at 345, sold at 329, 81 days on the market. Um, could use a little refresh, little dated. I'm surprised that this was on the market for 81 days. Bamboo, this is another kind of entry level building, quite a long time on the market. Some of the units can be really nicely remodeled. So let me just go back here. But again, it doesn't get the most demand from investors as some of the other buildings on Oahu. Okay, here's one studio, the one in Waikiki, sold at 389. I think this is a quite a good price. I'll just quickly show you a couple of pictures of what a studio looks like at Luana. There you go. And moving on, Waikiki Sunset. I'm a fan of this building. 645 it's sold for. This one does need to be remodeled. I looked at this for a client. And a lot of people, investors, they just always want the ocean views, and obviously they do generate a little more income. But these higher floor Malca View units, I really like. It's just beautiful views that you can see from this picture here. I did show this unit to a client. Um, Kind of surprised given the condition that it sold at this price point, 645. I thought they might sell a little lower than this. I had some clients who bought a two-bedroom in this building recently, and they are just making a killing off rental income, doing very well with it. Waikiki Banyan, this is another one of my favorite buildings, and this building's going gangbusters. There's a lot of demand for units right now, and you can see it's reflected in the selling price. Listed at 620, sold for 742 cash. And this thing needs to be completely remodeled. I mean, you could rent it in this condition, but if you really want to maximize rental income, it needs to be updated. But I am really surprised that it sold at 742. Didn't have the best views. Just last month, though, there was a ocean view unit that sold for 831, which just smashed the record selling price in the buildings. Historically, prior to that, all units had sold, even some really amazing units had sold, all below 800,000. So somebody paid 831 cash, and now you got some paid 742 for a unit that needs to be completely remodeled. And a remodel could cost, on the low end, 30 grand if you hired a contractor, but you could definitely spend way more than that. I had a client who just bought a unit on the 28th floor, Malca View, needs to be completely remodeled. He just closed on it earlier this month, and he paid 625, I think. So he got a great deal. Ilikai. So this is where I'm telling you, this is astounding. I just showed you one that just went to escrow at 580. That was on the 19th floor. So this is a 6th-floor unit, Malca View, City View. I actually showed this to a couple of clients when it was on the market, and I at the time I told them I thought 799 was very aggressive, and I thought there's no way they were going to get it. I'm still amazed someone paid 770 for this. It was really nicely remodeled. This is probably one of the best one bedrooms I've seen in the Ilikai. Had split AC in the living room, split AC in the bedroom. Just really unique custom finishes, but I am amazed someone paid 770. I just don't know. I mean, how you really based on rental income, how it really makes sense as an investment property. But my client paid 575 on the 19th floor. Again, they had to remodel. So, I mean, I think they're in a very good position now based on this comp. And here's just an example. Here's Edekai with ocean view, 825 sold for 798. I really would, if I was an investor, I would have rather have bought this unit at 798. Um, it needs to be updated, but I love these views. This is the Eva westerly views. Um, I just like this viewpoint from the Lanai. And historically, um, for the most part, Edekai Ocean View units have always sold, you know, 800,000. Been a couple pushing the $900,000 range, but in the past, City View units have always sold like below 700,000. So again, back to that 770 is pretty remarkable. And lastly, we have this two-bedroom Ilikai. I saw when this popped on the market, and I told a client about it because I thought this was a great price, and someone got this for $1,050,000, paid cash. Also got a $10,000 concession for some reason. But look at its assessed tax assessment said almost 1.3. And these two bedrooms at Ilikai, they can gross 13, 15,000 a month, sometimes higher. And I mean, it's well maintained. I'd tweak the furnishings a little bit if I own this unit, but I think this is a stellar price for a two bedroom at Ilikai. And I like the floor plans. You have a bedroom here, over here, so there's a lot of privacy. But yeah, could use a little refresh, but great price point. And there you have it. That's your weekly update. Again, very tight rental market, inventory, and we'll see what happens next week. But if you have any questions, contact me anytime. I'm happy to talk real estate. And if again, I'm going to post the videos in the video description. And yeah, contact me anytime if you'd like to know more about the rental market here on Oahu. Take care.